I've been going to make this live before too late and share my thoughts on this ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous statue dedicated to, I guess, representation of Black American, African American, Black women in the United States. Personally, I see this as a slap in everyone's face. I think that this art should not be called art for many reasons. But at the same time, sadly, we do have this major problem in our society where not just Black women, not just Hispanic women, women in general drop the ball. Women in general are dropping the ball, forgetting that beauty is our right and our power. And every single woman, despite of their height, despite of their ethnicity, despite of their skin color, despite even of the way they are built, are meant to bring the beautiful, divine, feminine allure to the table, to the world. Women were meant to be beautiful, inspiring. Um, Women create the worlds. And I want to talk in this video about the importance of beauty. But first, I cannot help but notice how the modern culture literally puts on pedestal, puts makes a monument for a sort of image of a woman that shows nothing but pain. That woman, it's not a concrete woman as far as I understood, but she shows nothing but pain. You're not gonna look at that statue and say, oh, this is a fulfilled woman, this is a happy woman, this is a woman that um, loves her life, loves her family. Right away you know that this is a woman that doesn't take a minute for herself. She looks like a woman that made bad choices when she was young, very bad choices. She looks like she probably have 3 4 children from different fathers. She looks like she's abandoned and she has unreliable men in her life because she looks like a man. That woman looks like a man in those as that statue. It's so deeply frustrating. You can tell, a lot of women have, don't have extremely slim figures. That's a reality. It's a whole different conversation. But the fact that they made her in a square pants, uh, um, SpongeBob SquarePants shape. Why do you need a man? Why do you need to be taken care of and provided for when you are literally shaped like a man, when you have you look square, even if so happen that you have so much cortisol that you look square, which women do. I've never, by the way, seen more square women than I see here in US. I've actually never seen square women in Ukraine. Usually Ukrainian women that have a little bit of extra weight, they would have it in a different way. Let's just put it this way. It would be still usually feminine, very, very feminine. And yes, the sad thing about this statue is that unfortunately, it represents, unfortunately, this statue does represent a large amount of population of the women, and not only Black women, not only Black women, uh, women of all the races, all the ethnicities allow themselves to show up in public looking like who did that and why. Looking like they are just not only not a priority for themselves, but they just everything else is a priority. Everything else is a priority but them. When you uh, go outside without undergarments as a woman, especially as a woman that is larger, but regardless, I don't think it's a good idea for any woman. When you allow yourself to go outside and look like you know, this is like, maybe if you clean your house, you know, you should be wearing those leisure clothes that doesn't fit well, and unkept hair, and go braless in your own home. Okay, maybe. I mean, think about your poor children and your man, if you live in with one. I don't think that children should ever see a woman walking around braless. I don't think that this is a good example. I think it's highly inappropriate. Inappropriate. It's scary. It really is pretty scary, especially if you have boys. I mean, for girls, it's scary too. I'll be honest with you, but for boys, it's just you're going to shock a child till oh, it's you're going to give a shock to a child. But yes, so first of all, I want to address that unfortunately, that statue does represent a number of women that just let themselves go, and this left mainstream media and ideologies, they want women to be actually powerless. They want women to be victim because it's so much easier to manipulate a victim woman, a woman that is tired, a woman that is exhausted, a woman that has very low self-esteem. Because a woman that appreciates herself, never in her life she's going to go outside of her house unless she's going to uh, walk in the forest, or she going to a gym class looking like that. And I think this is truly is a modern day slavery, when they trying to, for both, for all the for all the ethnicities, by the way, not anybody in particular, for all women, to normalize and even put it on pedestal and a monument, a woman that, once again, does not take care of herself, has a weird attitude by her posture, unhappy, frustrated, lost. That woman looks absolutely lost. And she looks like she's her, once again, she is her last priority. I absolutely despise the fact that this very left, very liberal woke agenda throws on women, projects on women. So generally, in order to be on a monument, to be a monument, to be on a pedestal, you do need to, you need to do something, you need to create something. Why do you put a woman that is struggling, obviously, and trying to pretend that this is empowerment? Why wouldn't you put a, even if you want to show something about black American women, why don't you put a woman, why don't you honor and some uh prominent figure? I'm sorry, it starts. Why wouldn't you honor a prominent figure? If you want to feature a different ethnicity, that is very, if you want to give attention to a particular ethnicity, that is okay. But why wouldn't you feature a prominent figure, somebody who did something? Then it, then the way they look would come probably secondary, although they probably should not look like they are walking around their house after just waking up. You know, they probably should not be looking that they literally just woken up and not supposed to be seen by anybody. I would even say don't be seen like this by your own family, because this is how things fall apart. When you start to treat your family like they're so unimportant that you can just look around and um, see you like this all the time. I don't think that anybody wants to uh, really see that. I don't think that we were meant as women to struggle and let go of our very nature to be a woman. And in American society right now, they're trying to give this so that, beauty is artificial, oh, it's superficial. No, it's not. You are born because of that very beauty. You are born because it was a time when your mother um, was a very attractive woman, and your father decided um, that she was the one. Your father was attracted to this beautiful woman. That's why you were born. She wasn't the worst looking, the worst having the worst attitude, walking around that looking like your house is on fire. No, it was a time where your your father got attracted to your mother, and hopefully it was a beautiful love story. But this modern society does make it look like, oh, this is just not important. No, it is very important. I'm sitting in this very chair because for actually multiple reasons, for multiple reasons, definitely and obviously, uh my mother, she is still putting herself together. Hello, 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 welcome. We are talking about the this horrific piece of art in New York Times Square that humiliates all women, I believe, but also shows unfortunate reality for many, not for all. So yes, I'm sitting here. I really wish that I would be in my beautiful red couch, but I have been not able to. Um, I have not been able to do that life, and time is passing. So we are taking opportunity of the moment, right? Not everything is always perfect, right? But yes, I am definitely the example of somebody who would not be born if not for the beauty. My father would never pay attention to my mom if she would. It was unimaginable back in time to be like this, but my father would never ever pay attention to a woman that looks like her house is on fire and she has pneumonia and she's upset at the same time. If you're gonna be upset sometimes, which is life, you at least have to be, well, first of all, a woman that is taking care of herself. She's only upset rarely she gets upset, and usually she's upset because she's not uh, protected correctly. But despite of this, yes, I would not be born if my mom decide to let go and not take care of herself. My father would never notice her. My father was a very handsome man, and very smart man with a lot of charisma, a lot of oh man, I remember even when he was older, a lot older, women were head over heels over him. And yes, I remember that. I thought, you're so old. Why these women pay attention to you? But, men have their own ways of being charismatic, being smart. And yes, it's there is immense power in women's beauty, immense. And I once again, I absolutely hate what woke culture made to women, uh, kind of hinting and featuring this horrific green hair, tattoos, piercings. The woman is already beautiful by God. She doesn't need to torture herself, torture her body, put a color that could never be created by the nature. A woman can never have a green hair by nature. It's impossible. It's self-harm. A woman um, should never allow herself to come lust. This statue of that woman literally screams that I am lost in my life. I have no support because I don't even have a bra on. So I don't even give myself the basic decency to put an undergarment before I go, I guess, outside. Uh, this is the attire to go outside for a woman. Square pants, uh, bob, Bob Square. What is his name? I forgot. Um, Somebody tell me. I didn't watch that cartoon because I find it extremely SpongeBob SquarePants. I find it extremely ugly. I've never watched that cartoon. But yeah, and going without an proper undergarment, this is how we show up. This is insane. And you know what? This is not just the what they try to show about the black women, trying to victimize them from one side, from another side glorify. It's really messed up. But why do we glorify this? Why? Who is benefiting from it? I would like to hear a single beneficiary of this occurrence. It's not existent. Thank you so much. I don't know what your name is, but thank you for your comments. I'm gonna read them in a second. And Elizabeth, welcome, welcome. Please drop my information if you can while I'm making the video. Um, we are products of masculine and feminine. We are the very products of one of hopefully a beautiful relationship, beautiful family. Yes, maybe not absolutely everyone, but there is definitely was a time when your mother was a beautiful woman, and she naturally attracted a man in her life that became your father. Hopefully most people have that. And if not, then it also shows um a woman who doesn't value herself makes very awful choices. When a woman is unkept, when she is not when she shows everybody that she does not care about herself, then she is more likely to go for a low standard. She's more likely to go for something disgusting, something not worthy of her, something like a one time, or just what they call in America casual relationship, which is wrong. From every point of view, it is wrong. Why I think that is wrong? It's not because I'm such a great moralist. It's because just took one look at our society. Take one look around you. Watch a movie from, I don't know, 40s, 50s, 60s, and compare that picture with what you see. Women used to wear gloves in the grocery stores. Women used to not dream about going outside their house looking like who did it and why, looking like a scarecrow. Women used to not allow themselves that. They work more, they had children, and usually working at homes, there is nothing harder than being a homestay mom and dealing with children and everything that comes with them. So yeah, but we glorify, we glorify this. We glorify the women that gave up on themselves, the women who are struggling and have terrible self-esteem. It's not just the outside. The outside is always a projection of what inside. So when you see a woman that gave up, she looks like a woman that gave up, the woman that's unhappy, the woman that is not protected by anyone. That woman that doesn't have a moment for herself, and if she has a moment, she will use it for distraction. She would use it for bad food. She would use it for, uh, I don't know, social media scrolling or watching some kind of drama on social media. She doesn't look like a woman that if she has 10 minutes, she would use it to put herself together, to educate herself, to do something useful. She doesn't look like it. I'm sorry. I can read this. And it doesn't actually takes a rocket science to read that as well. And so yes, I absolutely, despite the low American standard for women, and not only it's accepted, nobody gonna treat you badly, I guess, if you walk like this. It's already accepted. But why do we have to put that, if this already accepted? um why do we have to glorify it? We already accept it. Nobody going to ask you to leave the restaurant generally, or the grocery shopping area, or even the government buildings, if you come in as a customer and looking like you had to run away from your house because it's on fire. Nobody is going to do anything. In fact, 90%, I live in Midwest, 90% of people look like they about to go to yoga, which they never go to, but they just look like they about, I'm talking about ladies. Men are not too far from this either. It's just I'm not talking about men today. I'll talk about men in another video. There are a lot of issues there as well, but you're not going to be escorted of most places unless it's official, formal, then you won't be allowed to go. But basically, why why it is accepted by society. And now it's not only accepted, but we glorify it in a statue in the middle of New York. And honestly, I could care less that they put necessarily a black woman. I understand that they want to to show, um it's almost like they want to glorify, but they really victimizing. Why did they didn't put a black African American woman that is gorgeous, or that maybe, I don't know, adopted 5 children and raised them well, or maybe she's a social media influencer that people are watching and looking and deciding to elevate their life, their education, their beauty, their standards in life. Why they don't put a woman that is inspiring? That woman is not only uninspiring because of her structure, because of her masculine body, or because of that horrible clothes that she has. She's uninspiring in general because if everyone would be honest, they do not want it to be like this. If you have a daughter, you would not want your daughter to work for a man instead of a man, and being a man in your family. You would not want that for your daughter. Stop lying. I'm not even talking about the whole weight thing is for another video. But even the way, once again, she has her weight, it's a man's figure. It means that this woman once again runs on cortisol, probably bad substances and bad life decisions. This is not a woman who is maybe a little bit overweight and trying to put her together. It's everybody has their preferences. Feminine women don't have the SpongeBob figure. I want to say it again. I've never seen that in any other country before I came to United States. I've never seen see a SpongeBob women. Here, I was in shock when I saw that. We also have women who have extra weight. I myself have probably 4 different sizes that I wear. It's not a reason to neglect yourself. It's not a reason um, to stop living if you gain a size or lost a size, or two. It's not a reason. It has nothing to do with that. But the issue with this is that now it's not only normalized, it's been normalized once again forever. Now it's a statue. So if your life is falling apart, hey, you are an example. You are on a monument. You know how many people, how many women deserve to be on a monument? Black, white, Hispanic, Slavic, I don't know, Irish, I don't know. You know how many women deserve to be on a monument because of the work, the values they bring to the society, the love, the nurture, the professionalism, caring for children, or maybe they are an incredibly talented businesswoman that is doing something in lives that creates opportunity. Femininity doesn't just um, end with being a homemaker. And, women's beauty doesn't just end there. It's not the only thing that a woman can do, you know? But what is extremely sad to me is this weird glorification of a woman who is miserable. I was talking about, yes, I'm gonna read it. Hello there, Sabia. I'm a little behind, but I wanted to mention that Shira7 said something similar. You are here because someone thought your ancestors were cute. Exactly. Think about this. Think about if you go generations back. There is actually a video of this somewhere on Instagram. I saw it's beautiful. It shows how uh, literally uh, hundreds and thousands of people had to meet just at the right time, being able to reproduce, survive. Back in time there was no good medicine, survive the birth, uh, take care, and how many intersections, interruptions, destiny moments were supposed to happen for you all these hundreds of thousands of years later to be born, and you take no pride in how you show up to the world? That is insane, my dear friends. That is insanity. Don't care about the trends. Be the timeless woman. Timeless. I shared this story before, about my own ancestry. I'm only sitting here because one of the reasons is when the war started. I'm originally from Kiev, Ukraine, and in 1941, June 22nd, when the World War II started in Soviet Union, my grandmother and her sisters, they were woken up at 5 a.m. in the morning from the bombs falling on the city. And my part of, I have a Jewish side of the family, like Ukrainian Jewish, and they knew that they don't have a second to waste because the Nazi plan was to demolish Jewish people first and foremost to the last one. So my grandma they had to pack a number of children, including my father, who was 3.5 years old back then, and they had to pack as soon as humanly possible and run, 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 and run. And guess what saved my father's little life at 3.5 years old? That his mother and his sister were very beautiful women. They still did not run there in a bonnet or underwear. That was unacceptable even when the bombs are falling on the city. Even when the bombs are falling on the city, that was unacceptable. And therefore, that they put that effort in to put clothes on, even when your life and your children's life is on the line. They show up in a train station. They hopped in a train, and they were thinking that they escaping the Nazi, but because of the beauty of my ancestors, of my grandma and her sister, there was an officer on the train that came to them, and he said, "Where do you think you're going? This goes right to the arms of Nazi. This train goes right into the arms. Your best bet is to jump from this train." Long story short, my grandma had to take that decision. That's now is history. She had to evaluate what to do and evaluate that very very quickly, and she did that. It's a story I'm very proud of. She thought about this, and she grabbed my dad once again, who was 3.5 years old, hugged him, prayed, and jumped from the fast moving train. Just jumped, because if she could not be without him, he couldn't be without her. And this sister also jumped with her child. There were three sisters actually. They all had to jump. And I'm so proud of my grandma. You think I'm going to take my life for granted and think that I am just, another empty space in this life? Because of their natural feminine nature. I mean, their feminine nature, their natural powers, um just not trying to. Do you think if my grandma would have green hair, any officer would come to her and say, "Ma'am, you are going to die if you keep riding this train. Get out as quickly." Do you think he would care if he would see a woman that looks like she did this to herself? I mean, I know that in that time it wasn't even possible, but let's imagine that this was a time when, like now, when women just have to self-harm themselves, and the woke agenda is like, "Oh, that's great, green hair, oh, you look amazing, pink acidic hair, oh, you look lovely." No, you don't. People just lying to you. You don't look lovely, you look sick. Like, you are actually sick. I'm not mentioning the tattoos, I'm not mentioning the piercings. I'm so passionate about this, and I'm saying this with love. I want to see every ethnicity, every woman thriving. And people forget that, black women, white women, I don't know, gray women, pink women, we are all members of this society. It doesn't matter. I'm sick and tired of all this stupid accents or focus on the wrong thing. She is a woman. That woman and on the statue, she is a woman. And she should not be looking like this. She needs help. She, as a collective, needs help. She needs support. She needs to rediscover her value. She needs to learn that everything she was fed is a lie. That she deserves to be protected. She deserves to be provided for. She deserves to be loved. She deserves to have half an hour in the morning to put a proper undergarment on, to put a smile on her face, to put a little blush, to go for a walk in the nature. She deserves that. Women do not need to rise up. Women need to claim their femininity that is there. It's there the whole time. They don't need to go to no demonstration, if that's what you mean. They don't need to do any of that. They don't need to prove anything to anybody. It's important to live in accordance with your nature, with who you are, with who you were meant to be. All of you, I'm sure, have amazing stories. similar to what I just shared. This is just one of the stories from my lives that I know I wasn't born to be a shadow of myself. I wasn't born to spend my time, watching drama. By drama, I don't mean classic drama. I mean some stupid things that try to grab your attention, some social media nonsense, or I don't know, some series on TV that bring no value. I wasn't brought here to gossip about people and to put them down. I know that I was brought here to inspire and lift people up. I want every time I leave my house, I hear um, positive comments. I see people's smiles. I see people reactions. I see people prioritizing, trying to help me. Um, I want every woman that ever come across this channel or this video go out the next day, took a little bit of effort. It's not just an outside, it's physical, emotional, mental, and put herself in a good mood. Make herself a priority. Because when a woman changes, the whole society changes. The whole society rise up a notch. Because a woman is a source of inspiration. It's a source of love. It's a source of nurturing. It's a source of positive emotions. Men work a lot harder when they see a beautiful woman. Did you notice that? They try a lot harder. Sometimes you cause accidents. You know, me personally, I love wearing striking colors, like pink and red and purple and so on. I love it. I know it inspires other people. I know that. It's not about jealousy and comparison. If you see a woman and you adore her style, see maybe there is something that you can pick, something that you can add to your life from what you see. Um, what else would I like to say? I really think that this woke BS needs to stop disempowering movement and telling them that femininity is thing of the past. Oh, beauty. Oh, that's superficial. Nurturing woman to be able to raise her own children. Oh, you are not ambitious. Um, no, we were meant to give this love. We were meant to thrive. Look at the nature. If beauty was superficial, look at the nature. Right now it's raining, but we are in the middle of this beautiful spring right now. Oh, actually, it's interesting. Well, it's spring is actually coming to an end, I guess. Uh, in Europe, usually summer starts from June 1st. But okay, spring, it has been a beautiful, gorgeous spring. Here in Midwest where I live, oh my goodness, all the flowers, all the aromas. It's beautiful. It's stunning. It's breathtaking. All the flowers. Don't you, aren't you struck sometimes by the beauty of flowers? It just, if beauty were not meant to be, there would be no flowers, no blossoming trees, no birds singing, no bees, making honey, no waterfalls, no sunrises. We are fulfilled by beauty. We are nurtured by all kinds of beauty. Why to strip it away from women when women is a force of life? The more women will neglect themselves, the more they think, okay, I have, and it's two elements of the system. Men are becoming more feminine, not knowing what to do, asking for directions, not being able to provide, not being able to protect, wearing weird clothes, slouching on their phones, only achieving things in video games. And women are stepping up and losing their femininity, burning themselves, burning themselves to the ground, burning all their estrogen, developing all this cortisol. Um, this is what our society is coming to. Women have immense power. We create worlds, we create lives. There is no life on the planet. If women would all become like they want in woke culture, LGBTQ, whatever, they no longer produce life. It's what, 50 years from now, 70 years from now, end, end of all. And they're encouraging us to be masculine, to either be in a relationship with irresponsible men who get offended when you tell them that, I'm looking at you as I'm looking uh, to you as you're an authority. You are my protector, you're my provider, I respect you, I look at you with respect. But they are teaching women to, no, 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 he doesn't need to do anything, and the best you can give is 50%. I cannot imagine my grandfather coming to my grandma saying, I love you, I want to be with you, you're gorgeous. By the way, that's going to be about 50% I'm going to give you. No. In love, in true love, people give 100. My other grandma, by the way, my mother's mom was a stunning woman. She was looking like I need to make a video. Maybe I actually was going to make this video pre-recorded with showing a lot more visuals. I mean, with showing visuals in general. But my mother's mother was extremely gorgeous. She also was a live of a party. She also had the most beautiful dresses and perfumes and outfits. She was really a diva. She was a beautiful singer. She could sing, she was just like the feminine of the feminine, the pinnacle of the family, of the feminine. And guess what? Because of her beauty, I am sitting here as well. Because she was actually meant to marry another man. They were said she was set to marry another man, but my grandfather had a different plan, and he literally stole her. He stole her from that other man because he saw that she is a woman who is once in a lifetime. You don't get an opportunity to meet a woman like this ever again. He knew that. He knew that. He knew that. And so he convinced her, he stole her. He stole her out of the hands of another man. That was already, everything was decided. But my grandfather, actually, he was a colonel in the Red Army. He was a tank commander. He was nobody to play with. He was extremely masculine man. So he was driven like a magnet to my extremely glamorous, extremely feminine, extremely alluring grandma. Actually, I'm named by her. My mother named me for her, for in honor of her. Which also, how can I give up on life when I know that my mother named me? It's a big honor for me to be named like my grandmother. She was an icon of our family. On every photo where she sits, she's she's her eyes is full of love. She always wearing her pearls, her dresses. She's full of love. Married to a complete opposite masculine man that, yes, stole her. I'm proud of my grandpa. That's a man right there. He knew exactly what he wanted and he went for it. He wasn't doubtful. He didn't see, you know what, let me see if we are good together. Let's see where it's gonna go. No, he didn't tell her, let's like live together and then like we'll see. Let me try you, let me use you, let me made a used vehicle out of you, and then um yeah, I will see like if we are. No, no, that it didn't work like that. He knew exactly what he had to do. He knew he had to give you a beautiful ring, provide, protect, and they produced beautiful daughters. And that was after wartime, because my mom is a lot younger than my dad, by the way. And so my mom was born in late. 50s. I was way after war, and my grandpa was a hero. He came back. He was a colonel. He has two suitcases of medals. How sometimes when you give up on your life, go into your family history. Go and look at your grandparents. Look the grace that they carry themselves with, both men and women. I just not talking about men today. Don't even get me started. Don't even, I love men, I respect men, but men should not look like toddlers. Men should not look like they just went out of the gym, and they should not ask women to help them. It's all interconnected. Women, men dropping the ball, getting into the emotions like, oh, I don't feel it, I don't think it takes two incomes, oh, I cannot do it, the prices, the government. Men are losing their masculinity, their true strengths, and women picking up that strength, and it shows in their body. We are all falling apart from our society is quite literally falling apart from all of this unnatural interactions. We are not meant to be to struggle. We were meant to use our natural powers. By the way, if you're listening to this live, if you enjoying my thoughts, I'm going to read some of the comments. I'm about to wrap up in about 5 to 10 minutes. Please share this video. I would really appreciate if you do. I was writing a title and I clicked and I haven't finished writing the title when the video went live. I don't feel bad for the other guy. What do you mean? I wouldn't be never born. If my grandma would marry that other guy, I would never be in this world. I love being in this world, despite of how crazy it feels sometimes. I'm so glad that I was born. Don't feel bad for the other guy. It would be. Do you realize that there is not, with all the people, there is not one that have your very DNA? Not one. Not one person have your unique DNA out of all the billions of people. Out of all the billions of people, there is not one that have your DNA. What does it tell you? And I think they counted that your chance to be born and being you, everyone who is listening right now, I believe it's one out of either 400 million or 400 billion. So it's not just these unique stories. I'm sure your ancestry is pretty incredible. Actually, Kizzy, I'm also curious. What do you think about the woman in the middle of Times Square? I'm wondering your thoughts because I believe you're somewhere in New York, if I remember. Let me read some of your comments. I love your comments. Sabia, you have a wonderful way of expressing and explaining things. You inspire me to read more. Oh, thank you. Reading is such a beautiful ritual. It's such a relaxation for the mind. Yet it's such a nurturing for the mind, and it's such a slowing down. I'm taking time for me in a quality way. It's a beautiful, beautiful thing. Thank you for saying that. I appreciate it. Lisa statue for because he's saying great words, completely agree. Also, I think they made the Lisa statue for attention. Well, she's not a Lisa, I would understand the Lisa statue. At least she's a famous artist. I'm not her fan. I don't know any of her music. I feel bad for her also, what she done to herself in terms of her health. But at least we know who she is. She's a renowned artist, like her or not, but she put a lot of work in her profession, in her career as a singer entertainer. I don't care what size he in. By the way, look at Lizzo. I don't know much. I'm not her again, not her fan, but she has a lot of beautiful feminine outfits, and she has been actually trying to be in a better shape. I just see things on social media, don't really know the details, but when she's performing, again, this is from, I saw maybe 1% of everything, she maybe 0.5%. I'm just not into this kind of thing. She has beautiful, gorgeous corsets and dresses and outfits, despite of her being very, very overweight. She's a woman. She deserves. I don't mind if they. You have to be you have to be on a pedestal for something positive that you done, not because your life is falling apart and we don't know. Do we empathize? Do we glorify? Do we victimize this person? I think that women need a better representation so they can be aspired to be better. Or you need to put something into society, so you some input on a society, so then regardless of how you look, you can be on a monument because, oh well, you did something, you bring something. How about also, if it's a collective image, how about putting a mother there, a mother with very well taken care child, a family, a teacher, a doctor, I don't know, anybody. Not a woman who is completely lost and she's in pain and she's in a bad mood. You can tell. Um, Thank you guys for the compliments. I appreciate it. Your story, that story is inspiring, but still horrifying conditions. Your family is very brave. Thank you. They are very brave. I appreciate it. I love your accent. Thank you. Thank you. I just got the part about your Jewish family running to safety. Well, they didn't really run. Well, they ran to the train that was going into hands of Nazi, uh, and had to jump from the train. But the only way they get the information is that because they were beautiful women, it's a nature for a man to try to save a woman, a beautiful woman especially, but women in general. It's a nature of a man that man wanted to save, wanted to help. You're so right. Beauty gets you further in many situations. It's not. It's you know what it is, but it's also it's just our birthright. It's like we are drinking water. We are breathing. It's something that is inseparable from us. Look how hard they try to destroy the beauty. I had one time I got attacked on Facebook by the lady that was covered with tattoos and piercings and crazy hair. And she was attacking me and telling me that, well, I'm not so beautiful as you are, and I'm not privileged like you are. And I just took a second and I sat down and I was thinking to myself, what does make you feel that I'm more beautiful or privileged? Because I didn't torture myself with tattoos and piercings and green hair? No, I'm not privileged. I don't even want to go into that. No, I am like everybody on the stream. Um, Experience life with all the losses and ups and downs, like almost everyone in reality experience. No, I'm not. And maybe she's more beautiful if she wouldn't do if she wouldn't harm herself with extreme piercings, extreme tattoos. She could be, maybe, I don't know. I couldn't tell. But I can guarantee you that she wasn't ugly. Just her attitude. She was attacking me. And I don't like going into a victim mode. I didn't want to go in the whole, immigrant tension and certain things in our families that happened tension and life of the immigrant in the United States, that's alone. I don't like thriving on a victimhood. It doesn't make me happy to thrive on a victimhood. It makes me actually very sad. Like it makes me very sad, and makes you feel like there is something wrong with you, or what is going on. Nobody should be getting high or victim. We all, I can guarantee you, everybody on the chat here lost somebody once. Everybody here on the chat had a heartbreak, so to speak. Everybody here on the chat lost a loved one. So let's just put this all as a badge of honor. It's called life. One second. Somebody send me something. Thank you guys so much. Those of you who support my channel, I really, truly, deeply appreciate you, and it means a lot to me. And yes, I really want to make my lives on my beautiful red couch with a beautiful light. And I have quite a couple of such nice spots, but I have been in my feminine energy, and in the evening, I just felt like I want to do the family thing, the relaxation thing. So I'm looking forward to be in a more alluring, beautiful conditions, but I couldn't wait longer than it already is. um, I want to thank and John and David for a PayPal super chat, and John is saying thank you for the compliment so much. That I look especially gorgeous today, and he loves the points. Thank you, John. And David is just saying welcome back. He loves the topic. Thank you. Thank you guys so much. I hope to get on the better side of YouTube. I know that I have to put work in my presentation and my meaning into the technical part. I have not done that yet. But sometimes I get so passionate about the message that I cannot wait. You know that feeling. Yeah, they sometimes do attack me on internet, but I don't take it personal. I don't care. So thank you for your kindness, but it just I look at things from the social perspective, and they often prove my point. And I'm learning things. I'm not, to be honest, I'm not even angry. If I would be covered with tattoos and huge piercings, like this thing in the ear, I don't know, I think it's called a tunnel. No, instead I have a very elegant earring. If I would I had a lot of pain in my life, like every single person. I lost people I love. That alone hurts like hell on earth. So if in those moments I would have the weakness of put tattoos or piercings on me or do something with myself, like I would be also upset. I'll be honest with you, I probably would also be jealous and attack another woman instead of being inspired by them. If you go on my Instagram feed, you would see how many beautiful women I follow. I just bask in that. That just inspires me so much. So yes, if I would had done so much damage to myself, I would probably be a woman that have a fake photo online, a cat or a dog, and I probably would write mean comments. I think so. So I'm not angry even. I'm not upset or angry at women who do that, because if I was them, I would be mad too. I feel empathy. Sometimes sympathy, if I'm honest. Yeah, talking from a political perspective, yes, I agree with you, Casey. He's saying that um the mayor just want attention. Yes, of course, it's the woke media, the mayor, the woke city of New York want attention. Yes, I get it, but I'm not really talking about even politics. Don't even get me started on politics. It burns my femininity. Thank you, Casey. I originally thought that the statue was a caricature of Lizzo. Lizzo is a lot more feminine than that woman on a photo. At least when she performs, she has gorgeous outfits. She has beautiful energy. She has beautiful face. Like even one. with 0.5% what I saw of her, she's just not my kind of personal artist. I don't know her music, but I think she was on some in some videos of other people that I watched. She is actually meant to be a gorgeous woman, and she's obviously very talented. You know, I don't like her behavior. I saw the stuff, some of the stuff that she does is repulsive, is horrible. I saw just from other creators. I saw her dances. It's absolutely I'm repulsed. I'm sorry, but repulsed, but she was meant to be gorgeous and talented. We should stop glorifying trauma, pain, and misery that will lead to more misery. Now more women will look, oh, look, relatable. Relatable. Look at this woman. She got the spotlight. So now maybe I should not, you know what? I wasn't putting much effort in myself, but this woman is without the undergarments, without bra. So let me go around without my bra. Let me go very, when I came to United States, I was scared when I saw women outside, like not knowing what to show, what to hide. It's traumatizing. And I'm saying this uh, as a very, what they call in American culture, voluptuous woman myself. I have never been a stick figure. I love my body. Sometimes I take better care of it. Sometimes not so good. Sometimes there is a room for improvement, but I would never allow myself to be indecent on public where there family, children, or where it's too revealing. I don't even walk around like this at my own home because I have people that are there or coming over. I want to make them feel uncomfortable. You're not supposed to be in someone's body. I was at a dinner on Sunday and I was just eating and I saw a girl. I was at a pretty nice steakhouse and I turned around and I saw a girl wearing she was very, very oversized, uh, but let's just say she was voluptuous. She was wearing the yoga pants and like this bra, it's like a bra top, and it was like 3, 4 sizes too small. And I was just thinking at it, and it was just, it was so highly inappropriate, and it's not beautiful either. It's not attractive. Most men that see something like this, they would see you as an easy prey, as a woman that is easily available for certain entertainment. You don't require effort to everything. Everybody can see everything right away. You don't require a woman who looks like she doesn't put an effort into herself. She looks like she doesn't require effort for a man to be with her. She looks like she's ready to be used and then discarded. You do have a pretty privilege as you should. I'm a firm believer that prettiest women should be at the top of the pyramid above other women. Genetics decide your fate. Well, thank you uh for sharing your thought, and I understand what you mean, but now imagine me with tattoos on my neck, on my hands. Imagine me with tunnels in my ears. Imagine me with green hair. Imagine me with extra, I don't know, 70 pounds. Um, Imagine me speaking like I'm, what's they call it? Trailer trash? It would be interesting. Trailer, trailer trash with an accent. Imagine me like that. Do you think that you would still think that I have pretty privilege? Most women have it actually. Like if you look at children, if you look at small children, a lot of those children are beautiful. Very, very, very beautiful. still. So I understand what you're saying. There are obviously women who are just stunning, like who are just I there are women that they don't even have to sometimes put a lipstick on. They're just they. I mean, I think all women benefit from a little, color and little shine, but yes, there are definitely specimens. There's definitely very beautiful and gorgeous, gorgeous women, but an average woman, if she takes care of herself, um, she could be very attractive and very beautiful and very feminine and very alluring. Maybe in my next video I will talk about my thoughts, from the societal perspective. I just absolutely hate how masculine they made that woman look. I despise that. This woman is miserable, absolutely miserable, and you can tell that she's not protected, not by her father, not by her brother, not by her husband. She cannot even have a husband by definition, because she is a replacement. Her body is a replacement for a man. You don't need a man when you look like one. And women are not born. She didn't look like this when she was 5 years old, 7, 10. She was a probably this type of women. They were just a normal, pretty, cute girls. What I'm trying to say is that with normal grooming, women can be very attractive. Most average women could be very attractive with just basic grooming. Yeah, that is another thing. That some women go overboard and do the artificial stuff. That is the surgeries. That's a whole different story. But anyway, my dear friends, thank you so much for joining me. Thank you for being here on the live. I will try to do more of my lives in some beautiful environment, but I think I missed the whole week. There was a combination of things. So I just wanted to come up and share with me and share with you. Maybe I will make a shorter, more digestible version of this. I will think about it, but that was very painful to see. Yes, the of course from the political perspective, the people of New York, they want a drama. They want to show how they love uh, their minority. By the way, I think it's the most horrible thing to call an ethnic group of people a minority. It's already this programming that you're not important, you're a minority. Although it's a very weird label to give someone, but they need to display a minority that we all like. Oh my God! So they didn't say how we should react. We should react like, oh, you recognized an average woman. Oh, but who is she? What did she do? How about we recognize an average woman that doing extraordinary things daily and give you an actual name so we know who it is? Why don't we feature an average woman? She can look any kind of way, but maybe she's a teacher. Maybe she makes impact on society. Not You shouldn't be on a pedestal just because you look what they call average. Why not to put an extraordinary woman of every ethnicity and every possible nationality? Why not to put 10 different or however many women that make an extraordinary impact, even if they not commonly known, even if they working in their school, or if they're in the medical field, or they are work as a cashier, but they make everyone's day. Why it has to be this abstract woman that gave up her femininity and trying to tell that she doesn't need that? Why? If you have thoughts about this, please let me know in the comments, my dear friends. And thank you so much for watching. If you'd like to support my channel, you can find the information in the description and under the video. If you would like to share your thoughts on this, don't feel shy. I would love to hear your perspective down in the comments. This video is not to trash any woman. Thank God that the statue is not real, doesn't represent anybody in particular. I believe that every woman deserves to be loved and cherished, and every woman has her very unique set of skills. Every woman was brought here on this planet Earth for love, for creating a better society, for creating lives. Every woman has a beautiful mission, and the standards of society very much depend on women. Women hold the standards to society. Ugly people made the statue? No! I saw this guy. I saw this guy. He wasn't ugly. He was actually wearing a very nice suit. It's a guy from England. I forgot his name. Thomas something. He was a good-looking guy in a nice, in a very glamorous white suit. So I would not call him ugly. I think he was playing an ugly game. So do you think that was empowering? That showing a regular woman that you are noticed? Or do you think that was a slap in the face of humanity? Please let me know in the comments. And I will see you very soon. Hopefully from my beautiful red couch. But if not, uh, on the way somewhere. Because I am a woman on a mission. I will see you very, very soon. Thank you so much. And if you enjoy my videos, please don't forget to share them with your friends. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Have a glorious day.